The TTC is cracking down on fare evasions after losing almost $74 million last year, and some of their tactics are under major public scrutiny. One is to recruit more transit cops after a hiring freeze last year, but a video that surfaced this month has transit riders questioning their powers. Just 2 days after the TTC released a plan to hire more fare inspectors and tackle a massive loss of revenue. A disturbing and violent streetcar altercation was caught on camera. And the transit agency's use of physical force throughout the years has become a major concern for riders and advocates. Can they use physical force against customers?
Well, they have the ability, all right, and legally the answer is yes, but we work on, do they have to, right?
TTC CEO Rick Leary is referring to his agency's special constables. Sworn in by the Toronto Police Services Board, they're granted limited police powers, meaning they can use physical force if needed. But TTC fare inspectors don't have the same level of authority. They're not to use force and don't have the power to physically restrain members of the public. They can only put their hands on passengers in extreme situations. What kind of training do they receive?
It is all about mental health, customer service, understanding the fare policies to help educate the customer on that de-escalation of the engagement.
A combination of TTC, Toronto Police, and third-party training that Leary says is working.
I've been riding with them, and I've witnessed, sometimes people get a little nasty to them, and the way they hold their demeanor, it's very impressive.
Training was ramped up after a scathing investigation by the city's watchdog into the conduct of 3 fare inspectors in 2018. This is the moment they pin a young black man to the ground and forcibly detain him on a streetcar platform. The incident resulted in the hiring freeze of additional fare inspectors until this year. To help make up $10.2 million in lost revenue, the TTC plans on having a full complement of 111 fare inspectors and 72 special constables by the end of 2020.
This has to be done with extreme sensitivity, and I think there needs to be a lot of oversight in how it's being enforced and who's really being targeted.
City Councillor Brad Bradford sits on the TTC board and says they're enhancing the training moving forward.
Safety has to be the priority. We want to de-escalate situations whenever possible. Nobody wants to see violent altercations on the TTC.
Everyone agrees tackling this problem is important. Passenger fares account for almost 63% of the TTC's total operating costs.